The amount of work and discipline that an athlete does is tremendous. They spend hours each day training, lifting weights, going to practices, and conditioning. Father Sam used to lift weights. Father Sam used to run miles and miles. I should do push-ups every day. Being a disciple of Jesus takes work. The disciples of the Lord Jesus are to be different from worldly people. And according to St. Paul, the disciples are to be a light in the darkness of this world. Are we willing to go through a similar amount of discipline and training and self-denial so that we can be at the top of our game? St. Paul tells us that we must be different from people who are simply caught up in the world around them. Being a person of faith demands patience, it demands kindness, it demands fortitude on the part of the believer. In our gospel passage, Jesus warns that the task of following him and being his disciple is not going to be easy. The disciples will meet opposition from their own family and friends. They will have to carry their crosses and make conscious choices to act in a way that reflects Jesus. Jesus cautions against taking on the role of a disciple without being fully aware of the cost of that discipleship. We all want things to be smooth and easy. Wouldn't it be great if everyone could just do the right thing and get along? This is not the way of the real world. There are people who work against others because they are selfish. There is evil in the world. Being a disciple of Jesus takes discipline. We must be willing to undergo trying times. Jesus was very diligent in his ministry. He spent nights in prayer, hours and hours, searching for the best way to do his Father's will. He was fully conscious of what he said and of what he did. He met opposition from his friends and neighbors. He thoughtfully replied to those who were attempting to trap him. And yet, he acted with patience, respect, and kindness. He was always assertive, but being assertive requires being aware of how your words and actions affect others. As a disciple of Jesus, we must be willing to be disciplined. We must seek to model our lives so as to be more like him. We need to learn from him and try to imitate him. We should expect to meet resistance in living out the gospel. There is darkness out there into which we must reflect the light of Christ. We need to be patient and kind, consciously making choices for the spread of the gospel. Being a disciple of Jesus demands our full attention. We cannot sit back and expect Jesus to make our journey smooth. We must be proactive. We must give our all to being a discipled learner. The more effort we put into our discipleship, the more we can reflect his light to others. Go back to our psalm for today. Read it. It says this: "One thing I ask of the Lord, this I seek, to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, that I may gaze on the loveliness of the Lord and contemplate God's temple.